Yo, what's going on? Today I'm talking about using Markdown to emulate the style of professional documentation. So Markdown is a lightweight scripting language that's based on HTML, but with a much simpler syntax. So coming from a computer science background, I've learned a few different programming languages, so I know how hard they can be to learn, especially for beginners. The good thing about Markdown is that it's super easy to learn. So what do you picture when you think of HTML? If you right-click on a web page and select the Inspect option, you can see what the HTML for your current page looks like. If you don't know much about code, it might just look like a bunch of random letters and symbols. Now, Markdown can do some of the same things as HTML, but it's extremely simplified. So now, let's get into writing some code. I'll be using GitHub for this presentation since it natively supports Markdown. For now, all you need to know about GitHub is that it gives you a repository to store project files. README.md is a special file recognized by GitHub that contains important information about your project and is displayed at the bottom of the page. If you click on the file, you'll see the edit button all the way to the right with the little pencil icon. Once you click the edit button, you'll be brought to the editor window, and this is where we add the Markdown code. Clicking the preview button gives you a preview of the page. As you can see, I already have a title, and looking back in the editor window, we can see that all you need to make a title is the pound sign. The number of pounds that you add in front of the header is how you choose its level. So adding 2 pounds creates a level 2 header, which we'll call style. Adding 3 pounds creates a level 3 header, which we'll call formatting. And so on. You can add 4, 5, 6 if you want. Now let's also add some plain text. All right, and now if we look in the preview window, we can see with each level, the header gets smaller and smaller, and the plain text simply shows up as it is. Pretty simple, right? Now let's get more fancy. Adding an asterisk before and after a word is how you italicize it, right? Adding 2 asterisks is how you make it bold. And adding a tilde is how you create the strike-through effect. All right. Now, looking in the preview window, we can see these different text effects can be achieved just by adding a few special characters. Right. Now let's look at some formatting options. Creating an ordered list is pretty straightforward. You just have to create a numbered list. 1, item 2, and item 3. And to create an unordered list, you just use the hyphen instead. All right. To create a block of text, you type the greater than sign. And if you want to create a nested block, you just add another greater than sign after the first one. All right. Now to create a table, you simply type the pipe key, the name of the first column, which we'll call symbol, another pipe key, the name of the second column, which we'll name syntax, then a third pipe key, and you can add as many columns as you want. Then on the next line, you follow the same pattern, but with 3 hyphens between the pipe keys. All right, this denotes that the columns above were for the titles. Now, still following the same pattern, you can add the rest of the information that you want in the table. So we'll say pound creates a header, and 2 asterisks makes text bold. All right. And the last thing I'll show you is how to add a link to your text. So if I type a sentence, then I can put the word that I want to use for the link in square brackets, and then in parentheses behind that, add the link. So I use the word here, parentheses, let me open up the documentation page. Get the basic syntax, copy the link, paste it over here, and boom. Now if you look in the preview window, you'll see all the formatted text. We got the lists, block of text, table, and the link. And if I click on the highlighted word, you can see that it brings me to the embedded link, basic syntax. Right. So as you can see, Markdown is very simple to use. This makes it good for quick, clean documentation, which can be useful for GitHub projects, presentations, blogs, or even simple online recipes. I've only shown you a few of the syntax rules, but there's plenty of documentation online if you want to learn more. For now, I hope this was helpful. Have a good day.